Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear students, this is the virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. This English class is for the students of grade 8. This is our second video for first lesson. In our today's lesson, we shall develop understanding of synonyms. The synonyms means the words having similar meaning. In the same way, we shall try to understand what are countable and what are uncountable nouns. Dear students, first of all, I would like to show you the pages of first lesson because some of the students don't have their books. That is why I want to show you the pages of the lesson. These pages are 1, 2. These are 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is page number 7. Dear students, you can print them also on your keyboard. You can find a button on which there is written print screen. If you press it, it will come in your mouse. Then you can paste it anywhere in MS Word or in any other software to print it. Dear students, we shall start from exercise A. This is the first exercise of comprehension and vocabulary. In exercise A, you can see here is written, here are 3 phrases taken from the passage. Again and again, keep safe, waste places. We are set to find out the words having same meaning. It means we have to write here synonyms, but the condition mentioned here is single word. What is the condition mentioned here? We have to write the synonym, but it should be a single word. Yes, again and again. What do you think should be the synonym of again and again? Oh yes, it should be repeatedly. Keep safe, God. That is okay. I'll show you the solution. It will be repeatedly protect or guard, deserts or wilderness. These will be the synonyms. You can see each is a single word. If you use protect, you will not use God. You will use any one of these 2 words, and you can use here any one of these 2 also. This is our exercise A of first lesson. Let us move to the next exercise. Oh yes, here in this exercise, this is exercise B. We are said to match the words given in a list A. In column A, there are some words, and in column B, there are some words. We are said to match them. For example, served will be joined with worked for. Errands will be joined with journeys taken in order to obtain something. Fetch will join with bring. God will join with protect. In this way, the whole exercise will be done. I have managed it here in another way to show you the solution. Here will be the solution. For example, it is clear, served will join with worked for. Errands, journey taken in order to obtain something. Fetch will join with bring. God with protect. Meadows, piece of grassland. This is the way to do this exercise. I think you know very well now how to do this exercise and you know the answer. Let us move to the next exercise. Yes, this is exercise C. In this exercise, what are the instructions to do this exercise? Try to say whether these statements are true or untrue without looking at the passage. Then check your answers, dear students. Do it first without looking in your lesson because you have read the lesson. One most important thing is here that I want to tell you. To do this exercise, you might have read the lesson before. I mean, you might have watched the first video of this lesson. If you have not watched the first video of this lesson, I would like to say stop this video, move to the first video first, watch that first, then watch this video. You will understand it very well. Otherwise, you cannot understand this exercise. See, okay, anyway, first you are said to do this without looking from the lesson. It is here in front of you. Do it without looking from the lesson. But now I shall do it in front of you by looking it from the lesson. I hope you have done it without looking from the lesson. Now join me. Let us do it by looking it from the lesson. I have arranged it like this to do it. Now we shall do it one by one by looking from the lesson. For example, in first part it is written here, Hercules was a Greek hero. Was he a Greek hero? Yes, we have some idea. We remember some knowledge about him after reading the lesson. Okay, but I would like to show you where this information is written in the lesson. To do it here, let us refer to the lesson. Oh yes, here this information is given here. Was he a Greek hero or not? Once upon a time there was a Greek hero, Hercules. Yes, it means Hercules was a Greek hero. Yes, this means first part is true. What shall we do now? We shall put a tick here. This part is true. Now we shall move to the second part. He carried a bow on his shoulder and a club in his hand. He carried a bow on his shoulder. Let us check in our lesson. Here it is written, on his shoulder he carried a club. Oh, but in the exercise it is written, he carried a bow on his shoulder. He did not carry a bow on his shoulder, but a club on his shoulder. What does it mean? It means this part is untrue. What do we do when a part is untrue? Oh yes, we'll put a cross here. Let us move to the next part. He wore an armor and a helmet. Did he wear an armor and a helmet? Let us look in the lesson. It is mentioned here, instead of armor. Armor is a metallic dress. Instead of armor, he wore a lion skin. What does it mean? He did not wear any armor. And instead of helmet, he pulled the lion skin on his head. Oh, he did not wear any armor or helmet. But here is written, he wore an armor and a helmet. This means this statement is also false, untrue. We'll put a cross here also. Let us move to the next part. That is part number 4. The king sent Hercules on 12 errands. Errands, adventures, difficult tasks. Okay, let us look in the lesson. Here is written, Hercules had 12 labors, errands, difficult tasks, and this is the story of one of them. This means this part is true. Let us put a tick here. Move to the next. Hercules went into the palace when the king sent for him. Did he go to the palace? Do you remember? Oh yes, you should remember. But now Let us refer to the lesson to see what is correct. Here we can see Hercules stood by the gate and the king stood on the wall with 20 soldiers on each side of him to keep him safe. Hercules did not go into the palace. Here is written Hercules went into the palace. What does it mean? This statement is untrue, false, and we know very well if it is false, if it is untrue, we'll put a cross. Let us move to the next. Atlas was taller than Hercules. We have some information about the height of both, but now I'll take you to the lesson to show you where this information is written. Yes, if we look here, one morning he saw a mountain far in the distance. One was shaped like a giant man. Here, giant means very big. Okay, very big means Atlas was taller than the Hercules. We can see here in the picture also. Can you see? Atlas is taller than the Hercules? Yes, we have seen the information here in the lesson. Then Atlas was taller than Hercules? Yes, this part is true. What shall we do? We'll write here or tick. Let us move to the next part. Hercules found it easy to hold up the sky. Yes, he held the sky, but was it easy for him? Let us look in the lesson. Here it is written, he soon found the sky very heavy. Oh, he soon felt that the sky was very heavy. This means it was not easy for him to hold up the sky. This means this part is untrue also. Therefore, what shall we do? Put a cross here. Let us move to the next part. The king was pleased when Hercules returned with the golden apples. Was the king pleased? Let us move to the lesson. Here it is written, he reached, the king was not at all pleased to see him. Oh yes, the king was not pleased, for he had never expected him to find the singing maidens. Yes, dear students, the king was not expecting that he will bring the golden apples. In fact, the king sent him to bring the golden apples to keep him away from his palace. King does not need any golden apples. He sent him on this mission to keep him away from his palace and away from himself, to save himself. Yes. Okay. What does it mean? He was not pleased. This will also be a untrue statement. This will also be an untrue statement. This was our exercise C that we have done. Let us move to the next exercise. Dear students, next is language structure. I would like you to read it and try to understand some of the things given here. In front of you is the page of your book. If we look here, we can see some of the things given here. For example, common nouns, we are familiar with it. These are the general names of things, places. For example, boy, book, toy, city. In fact, common noun are the names which are general, not specific for people. But proper nouns are those which are specific for people and for things, as it is given here, Ashfaq, Afrika. Collective nouns are those which tell us more things in a single noun. For example, team, fleet, crowd. Abstract are those which we cannot touch. All these are nouns. Dear students, now the main thing here is to understand what are uncountable and what are countable nouns. When we say countable, it is clear from the word countable that which we can count, and uncountable which we cannot count. Okay, let us look at the examples. For example, here, countable nouns are book, because we can say, I have 2 books, 3 books, buy 5 books. An egg, we can say 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg. Here it is written uncountable nouns. Uncountable is rice. We cannot say I have 1 rice, 2 rice, 3 rice. Can we say? No. To count rice, we have to say 1 plate of rice, 1 kilogram of rice, not rice only. If we say rice, it will be uncountable. In the same way, information, this is uncountable. Can we say 1 information, 2 informations, scenery, advice? All these are uncountable nouns because we cannot count them. I think you have got the idea about the countable and uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns, you will remember, cannot be used with a or an. There is the other thing. If there is any uncountable noun, you cannot write article a or an with any one of them, nor can they be used in the plural. Uncountable nouns cannot be used as plural also. They will get singular verb, not a plural one. Okay, here are some more examples. Look at the nouns in italics. You will see that the countable nouns have a or an in front of them or are used in the plural. Which nouns are uncountable? Okay, let us look at the examples. Each boy had a suitcase. Suitcase is countable. 1 suitcase, 2 suitcases. That is why here is written A. Although their luggage is uncountable, therefore no article is used here. Next, there were several books containing a lot of information. Cigarettes are made of tobacco and paper. A cow eats grass. Dear students, this page is this guideline. These guidelines are to understand what are countable and uncountable nouns. Let us move forward and look at the exercise, what we are said to do in the exercise related to countable and uncountable nouns. Yes, exercise A of language structure is shown here. In this exercise, what are we said to do? Say which of these nouns are countable and which are uncountable. Then use them in sentences. Yes, with each noun, what shall we do? About each noun, first of all, we shall tell it is countable or uncountable. After telling this, we shall use it in our own sentence. For example, scenery, uncountable. Then we shall use it in a sentence. I shall show you the solution to understand it more properly. Let us move to the solution of this exercise. Oh yes, if you look here, about each noun, you can see it is written that it is countable or uncountable. Then it is used in a sentence. For example, scenery, this is uncountable. The sentence will be, the scenery of Himalaya mountains is very charming. As we have read before, uncountable noun will get a singular verb. Uncountable noun will be used as a singular. In the same way, honesty, honesty is also uncountable. Sentence is, honesty is the best policy. Next is lamp. Lamp is countable. I have a beautiful lamp on my table. Apple, countable. There are 3 apples on the table. All these will be done like this. I think you know very well now. What shall we do in this exercise? We shall do 2 things. First of all, we shall write the noun. Then we shall write it is countable or uncountable. After that, we shall use it in a sentence. Clothing, uncountable. Her clothing is not of bright color. Grass, uncountable. Grass does not grow well in the shade of a tree. Yes, boys. Here, the solution of first 15 is given, but they are more than 15. Let us see where are the other ones. Oh yes, here are the other ones. Because there are total 30. News, news is uncountable. Yes, it is uncountable. I heard the news of her victory in the Olympics yesterday. Tobacco, yes, it is uncountable. Tobacco is bad for health. Joke, countable. That was a good joke. Box, countable. That box is very heavy. Strength, uncountable. Union is strength. Dear students, you will do all these like this. I'll repeat. First of all, you will write the noun, then tell it is countable or uncountable. After telling that, use it in your own sentence. Let us move forward and look what is next. Language structure. In language structure, there is another exercise now. Let us read the instructions given to do this exercise. The instructions are, complete these sentences by adding countable or uncountable nouns. Oh yes, you can see here the blank spaces in each sentence. We are not given much blank space or many blank space. We shall write here 2 nouns, one here and the other one here. Oh yes, now we know what to do here. But what we should keep in our mind, here it is written countable or uncountable nouns. Can we write countable nouns everywhere? Can we write uncountable nouns everywhere? No, it is not like this. Okay, if it is not like this, how shall we come to know where to write countable noun and where to write uncountable noun? This is the question. We have to understand first, how shall we come to know where to write countable and where to write uncountable noun? Okay, let us try to understand. If you look here, before this blank space, here is written much. Oh yes, much. This much is the adjective used for uncountable noun. This much is not used with countable. This means we have to write here an uncountable noun. After this, here is written many. Oh yes, this many is the adjective used with countable nouns. Now we know how to find out that the noun will be used countable or uncountable. Here a lot of is used with both, several is used with countable, a good deal of uncountable, some fine, some is used with both, many countable, much uncountable. Okay, after getting some idea what type of nouns will be used, let us look at the solution to understand it more properly. Yes, this is given the solution of this exercise. Let us try to understand. Here is written much. With much, it is written water. We cannot write here much oranges. Can we write? No. Many oranges. Many is the adjective used with countable nouns. That is why here is written oranges. Here we cannot write many water. Yes, we have to take care about that. A lot of money, uncountable. A lot of coins, countable. A lot of is the adjective which is written with both countable and uncountable. But all adjectives cannot be used with both countable and uncountable. A lot of is the adjective which can be used with both. A good deal of furniture, uncountable. Some fine paintings, many countable bananas, much uncountable soup. A little, you know very well, little, less, least, all adjectives, all these adjectives are used with uncountable, which can be water. Little more bananas you cannot write. Many pictures, many water you cannot write. Okay, I think you have got some idea. The whole solution is given here. You can read it and prepare it. I think it is clear now. Okay, that is all from our today's lesson. This is the homework that you will do. Very common it is. What we do in the class, we do it at home as our homework. You will do the following things in your notebook. For example, we have done comprehension and vocabulary exercise C. Write it in your notebook. In language structure, we have done exercise A and B. Do it in your notebook. That is all from our today's lesson. See you later in our next video. Until then, goodbye.